Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. When last we left off, we had paid a little bit of comeuppance to the members of the Falcon clan over here who had betrayed us to Saruman and unfortunately killed a good number of the Grey Company here. So that we're down to about 30. We're down to about how many there were who actually made the arrival down there at the road to Rohan whenever they came riding up on Gandalf and Aragorn and Theoden and their group after they were riding back from speaking to Saruman following the Battle of Helm's Deep. Ooh, been a while. I'm going to have to read the books again. Let us talk here to Halbarad. We were finishing up with this whole section here. It finished up with Book 4, so we were beginning into Book 5.
We have come to the crossroads, and sooner than I expected.
And he has Chapter 1 for Separate Ways. We have come to the crossroads, Gnarlo, and sooner than I expected. I want to help the Prince of Rohan, for without his aid and that of his doughty warriors, my men and I would still be captives of the Falcon clan. But we cannot abandon our journey. Our duty lies with Aragorn, and we must find him in Rohan, or die searching. We cannot stay to help Theodred with his battles. I want you to go with the Prince, Gnarlo. I want you to lend him your strength and your wisdom and your courage. We can travel south more swiftly than we can, even hale and hardy. Our diminished number would take some time to make ready, and we are wounded and tired. Make your farewells with my kin, Gnarlo. I know they will want to say goodbye. Saradan is there by the fire. He knows what I have in mind, though the others may not. All right, so we've had this sort of thing before in several of our missions where we've had to go around and say goodbye to all our companions who've traveled along with us on the long and winding roads. So this is going to be much the same.
Halbarad told me his decision, and I will not speak against it.
But I will miss you, Gnarlo, and I wish you might still travel with us. I know Erebandir feels the same way. He has not forgotten the farrier who crafted him a new shoe in Holland, nor the hobbit who saved the farrier. You have a skill beyond strength of arms or the reach of knowledge, Gnarlo. You find friends wherever you tread, and where they cannot be found, you make them with kindness and generosity. Halbarad does not realize how close he came to spending the rest of his days in the prison caves of Tur Morva, but I do. Consider this, my friend, and do not forget it. Prince Theodred was at this camp for days before you escaped from Isengard and held counsel with me, but he did not move to rescue my kin until he spoke with you. Nay, do not console me. I am not ashamed. Your ability to rally people to your side is yours alone, and it is a power you must not forget. It has saved many lives already, and I know it will again. Aww. Oh, must select one of the things. Okay. A worn ranger's tunic or a fine gray company tunic. Ooh. So now we have a choice much like the... I like the worn ranger's tunic. What is the fine gray company tunic like? Ooh, that one is sweet as well, isn't it? Well, as much as I would like to say I would wear the worn ranger's tunic, you know, I've got it's like, well, that would be nice, and it shows that I've been out in the wilderness with the thing, but let's honor the Grey Company, shall we? I think let's honor the Grey Company with a fine Grey Company tunic. And Lord knows, after our spells in the dungeons of Isengard, I think between that and my Yuletide finery, I think I've got enough wore-out, crappy clothing to signify that I'm certify that I'm a burglar. So we're going to go with the fine Grey Company tunic.
You do not need me to tell you these things.
Ooh, did I just level up? Did it? Nope. Something did. What the heck is that? Oh, I think I did one of my pieces of equipment. Yep, The burglar's tools has just reached level 29. Alright. And my reputation with the Grey Company went up by 500. Nice. You do not need to tell me to tell you these things. You have seen within the ring of Isengard and escaped to tell the tale. You will be of great help to Prince Theodred, I do not doubt it. I saw Coronir down the path in the northwest not long ago. You should find him and bid him farewell. Alright, let's go find Coronir. It's down the path, eh? Yep, there he is. I do apologize. I've still got my cold raging on. I think if I don't get better by the weekend, I'm going to have to go and see a doctor.
You are leaving us now? How can this be Halberod's decision?
And Lord knows I see enough doctors in my job. I don't like to go and see them in my free time. Book 5, Chapter 1, Separate Ways. You are leaving us now. How can this be Halberod's decision? Coronir stares at his feet for a short moment before he meets your gaze again. I suppose the Prince of Rohan has need of you. I cannot blame Halberod for wanting you to help hold the fords of the Isen. I think your tale of the army Saruman is preparing within Isengard shook him deeply, and if that crossing is lost, then the kingdom of Rohan will surely follow. We have been through a great deal, Gnarlo, have we not? It seemed we would stay within the musty library of Zudagrund with Nar and Frithger for the rest of our lives, did it not? Even thinking now of climbing up to Nar's peak make my legs ache. I want you to have these spare boots of mine in memory of our time spent in that high place. It's a shame we can't get the worn ones as well. I'd love to have a fine set. Maybe we will get a choice in the future to get the worn boots as well. Remember, we have the kind of like the Yuletide, where you chose the fancy clothing or the ragged clothing, and if you chose the ragged clothing, you got the fancy clothing later in the mail. All right, let's go with our fine.
I am worried about Gullidir.
I am worried about Gullidir, Gnarlo. He endured much in the depths of Karn Doom, as you know, and he will never truly forgive himself for Lorniel's death. But this journey has done much to relieve some of his hurts. I think it is simply this. He has a purpose again. There is work to be done, and until we find Aragorn, as we are sworn to do, it remains unfinished. But our captivity in the prison caves changed something within Gullidir. There is a dangerous glimmer in his eye I have not seen before. It worries me, Gnarlo. I am afraid for him. We were speaking not long ago, just to the west, but my heart was troubled, and I left him there. Will you seek him out and see if my worries are for naught? I hope they are. My mother always said I worried enough for the whole family, but the dangers through which we have come and to which we ride deserve even more worry than I can manage. All right, let's go find Gullidir at the side of a boulder west of Coronir in the Gravenwood. All right, well, west is this way, so... And another 500. There we go. Is that you, Coronir?
It may be Halberod's decision, but I would not leave even if he ordered me home again.
Gullidir, that's who I'm trying to say. I remember you, I remember about Lorniel. You are leaving us, Gnarlo. It may be Halberod's decision, but I would not leave even if he ordered me home again. He looks up at you, and you do see a hint of the hardness of his eyes that so upset Coronir. There are matters still left undone here. The cowards who slink in the caves beneath Tal Methadris still live, Gnarlo. They spoke to us as friends, gave us shelter, took the sweat from our brows, and repaid us with treachery. I will repay them in kind. My lost brethren and my lost friends demand this of me. Lou Brennan, you jest, Gnarlo. He is a fat man whose courage depends on 100 of his people at his back. I have faced the evil of Mordorith. He is gone, and I still live. Lou Brennan is nothing compared to Mordorith. Okay. One Ranger's hood, and a fine Grey Company hood. Oh yeah, that'll help out in our robbing. Sorry, our burgling. Our expert treasure finding. No?
I thought you would come with me to take vengeance on Lou Brennan.
I thought you would come with me to take vengeance upon Lou Brennan, Gnarlo, but it seems your road lies elsewhere. I am sorry you will not be there. I know you would gladly join me if urgent matters did not drive you elsewhere. Guladir does not seem to be listening to you. He gestures to the south in the direction of the Tree of Tribute. Calenglad is over that way if you wish to bid farewell to him. It feels like he has been staring at that tree for hours. Okay. Alright, Guladir still hasn't learned his lesson about following orders, I see. Wasn't the whole reason why he got trapped in Angmar so long as he refused to follow the orders of Aragorn in the first place and decided to cross into Angmar and got trapped behind the Watchstones? Wasn't that his problem in the first place? I think it was. Just 1 second. Alright.
Are we anything more than the flickering of a candle in the gale to something so ancient?
How long do you think this tree has been growing here, Gnarlo? It must be so old and have seen so much. Are we anything more than the flickering of a candle in the gale to something so ancient? Would it even notice if we left this place and never returned? Calenglad looks weary, and his face is more lined than you remember. You are leaving us to aid Theodred. It is no surprise to me. I overheard Halbarad and Serdan discussing courses of action, and it seemed likely. I wish our paths did not diverge, but it seems they must, Gnarlo. We all have too many duties in this world. Warren Ranger's wrap. Pretty snazzy. And a fine gray company wrap. Very snazzy. Alright, we'll go with a fine wrap once more.
I am sure Theodred will find a use for you at the fords of the Eisen.
Talk to Radnir on the road east of the Tree of Tribute in the Gravenwood. I am sure Theodred will find a use for you at the ford of Eisen, Gnarlo. That is a crucial crossing, and it must be held against the forces of Saruman at any cost. We have seen the danger posed by the Dunlending clans, and the army of Uruk you beheld within Isengard sounds of considerable size. Neither of those forces must cross the river Eisen. Calenglad's bleak expression is lightened by a wry smile. You should say goodbye to Radnir. If you do not, we will never hear the end of it. He is east of here, I believe, on the path. All right, we can do that. We will go find Radnir. And while we are finding Radnir, we will also do a little inventory maintenance right quick. So I will go take care of that. And we will rejoin whenever we are speaking to our to our relaxed ranger here. Of course you would be lying down, wouldn't you? All right, I will rejoin you here in just a second.
That is the way of it, is it not? We go where we are needed.
Sit with me a moment, Gnarlo. I know you are leaving us, and that Theodred has need of you at the fords. That is the way of it, is it not? We go where we are needed. The Grey Company owes its freedom to you and to the Prince of Rohan, and this is how Halbarad seeks to repay the debt to Theodred. Perhaps he thinks our debt to you is too deep to repay so easily. Radnir raises an eyebrow and subjects you to close scrutiny. Once this is all over, if such a thing is possible, you and I will meet at some tavern in your shire, and I will buy you a supper and you will buy me a drink, and we will remember this long journey and laugh at the cares we had. He looks back at the Tree of Tribute and seems to decide something. I think Calenglad is wrong. I think it's just a tree. I think I like you, Radnir. I'm going to have to look up and see where the heck I met you at. You've got a good philosophy. All right, get those. The fine gray gauntlets.
Prestadir will want to say farewell to you before you leave us.
Oh, Lord, am I going to have to say goodbye to all 30 of them? He's up by the camp northeast of here. He will want to say goodbye before you leave us. Northeast of here, up by the camp, eh? All right, we will travel up this way. Did I forget to accept? I forgot to accept it, didn't I? I bet I did. Yep.
Prestadier will want to say farewell to you before you leave us.
There we go. Prestadier, how are you, my old friend?
Be well on the road, and give your courage to Theodred.
I heard it was time for you to leave us, Gnarlo. Be well on the road and give your courage to Theodred as you gave it to us. If you have the opportunity to rescue Lothrindir from the clutches of Saruman, I hope you would take it. It is not right for us to abandon him to the enemy. I know it does not look good for him, but there is always hope. You escaped from the pits of Isengard, and Lothrindir is made of stern stuff as well. I regret that we did not have the opportunity to speak more before this parting, my friend. Perhaps our paths will cross again in happier days. It's definitely quite a nice set of clothing. In fact, the cloaks are almost identical. Alright, let's go ahead and finish that one.
Stay safe on the road, my friend.
And our burglar's tools of the Second Age have hit level 30, so we're going to have to go and reforge that one. That we certainly can. Stay safe on the road, my friend. We will see each other again. Halbarad wanted to see you once more. Halbarad wanted to see you once you had made your farewells. He is somewhere within the camp, Gnarlo. You should return to him and prepare to depart. Alright, so we've got the full outfit set now. Very good. I am going to... Isn't there a Relic Master? Yeah, Forge and Relic Master. Let's reforge that item.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
Okay, we have nothing on it right at the moment, so we will go ahead and reforge it. Oh, what legacy do we want? Addle or Pulse modifier for Glee? 1% Addle Induction. Let's go with the Glee. I tend to use it a lot more. Alright, so it will continue to get experience again. You know, there was a long gap there where we hadn't done legendary item maintenance, and we lost out on a lot of legendary item experience. Not that, as you see here, it's really a crucial pressing matter, because it does rain down from the heavens in all the quest after you get your legendary item. It's not hard leveling these things up. Multiple ones.
It has been an honor to travel with you. The Grey Company owes you much, and more.
I am not one for long farewells, my friend. Know that you are one of us, with ties not of blood, but rather strengthened by blood, the blood of our foes. Our roads entwine this far, and may do so again, but for now it is the time of leave-taking. Gnarlo, it has been an honor to travel with you. The Grey Company owes you much and more.
I understand Prince Theodred's men have established a camp in the Heathfells.
I understand Prince Theodred's men have established a camp in the Heathfells, far to the south, at the fords of the River Isen. While the prince has been scouting in the Gravenwood, leadership of the camp fell to his second, a man named Grimbold. Travel south to this camp and tell Grimbold you have come to help. So, Book 5, Chapter 2, Grimbold. That we can do. I'm assuming that this camp will still be here whenever we complete the whole thing. Being that it isn't behind a gate or anything, I would think that this isn't one of the instanced areas like the town up there is. Speaking of which, we'll have to go back up to that town sometime and see if we can get back into it. That's an interesting question as well, isn't it? Can we get back into Tur Morva? Is that the name of it? Oops. Talmathydris. I don't remember what the name of the town here was now. Tur Morva, I think Talmathydris. Why don't we ride up that way? I'm going to ride up that way right quick, just to see if we can pass the gates once more, now that we have bid our farewell with the Lou Brennan. And we will see you again in just a moment when we reach the gates. as you see, we can still pass into Tal Mithadris. So this has now basically become a hunting ground to us. The post that Theodred and his men had fashioned here is gone. They no longer have this forward encampment, so we can no longer rely on them. I imagine this has become just a place to pick up resources, like you saw those birch branches back there, and quite possibly to go hunting for Dunlendings. Any gonna show up? There's more birch branches everywhere. Yep, there's more Dunlendings. Let's see here. Yep, Hebogluth Warriors, level 72. So yep, looks like we can probably come up here and do some battling now. Kellinard Skarn, yep, okay, so this is a resource center and an area to fight Dunlendings. Fight the Hebogluth now that they are our enemy. Alright, we are going to head back down. I'm going to head back out of here. We will pass by the Rangers camp, and we will rejoin you as we go by there. First, take a look. We got deeds. Legendary item level up. Yeah, we know that did. And what deed have been bestowed? Veteran of the Third Age, which is you have completed your collection of class mounts. Really? Mount the steed of the burglar. Oh, what a beauty. What, you think that... Oh, right. Like, I'm going to spend the money... Yeah, this is a deed we're not going to finish. Because I am not going to spend the... What is it? Around 20 bucks, I think, once you get the $15 or $20 in the mithril coins or turbine points or whatever it is that it actually cost at the store to buy each one of these mounts. Yeah, Veteran of the Third Age. I don't think that's a deed that we particularly have to finish, a title that we particularly have to have. So, all right, back out, and as I said, as we get back to the camp, we will rejoin you again.